Welcome to the Off Label Podcast, your twice weekly dose of sanity in an insane world. Look, of course, it's got bonus episodes, but look, ladies and gentlemen, we got like a fair bit to talk about tonight. We got three actual different stories that all kind of roll into the same topic, and it's actually amazing to see. You remember the Signalgate leak? You remember how I said it does seem like it was a setup to kind of get that journalist? Well, maybe that might be the case. We still don't have names, but we got to talk about it. There's also a petition to remove Ilhan Omar from the House Foreign Affairs Committee. We'll talk about that with a judge who got arrested for harboring an actual Trinidad Arago gang member. Gang member was arrested at her house. And then the judge was later arrested for harboring that gang member. A great little story. And we also got to talk about the Army suspending their base commander because the pictures of Trump and I forget who. There was another one that was turned backwards. They were facing a wall. We'll get into all that. We got a little bit more else we're going to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into the stories. And the stories start now.
Never let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you can get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
Well, what, Gabby?
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did what you think you did to me.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Why do I get a Muppets meets PJs feel with that?
Welcome to the new the new Dixar film, Sharpie. Hi, everybody.
Yes, you all see that, don't you? I don't know what this motherfucker was thinking. He tried to explain it, and it still didn't make sense to me.
Because you know what, Richard? I can grow
He literally
facial hair.
said, fuck it, let's just do something different.
I did.
While standing in the bathroom, looking in the mirror and said, just take all of that off and nothing else.
You know, I was watching West Coast Chopper, and you know, I was like, you know, I like the older Paul, and you know, I thought
that's
maybe,
exactly where I was thinking when you did that. When you showed that, I was just like, the fuck, man.
Maybe I could look like older Paul from West Coast Choppers.
I called you Hulk Hogan, but you don't have that hot dog skin, so.
And listen, Hulk Hogan is different because Hulk Hogan, like he puts Just for Men on like with a paint roller. So and I don't do that. Like I'm not gonna put a fucking paint roller on my face.
Come on,
Jeremy Davy. Oh man,
it's gonna be one of them nights, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? We got Muffin in the house. K Bean's with us. We got Carolyn, Shane. I got Louie back. What's going on, Louie? Carolyn Hall's with us. I can't go up anymore. Oh, there's no reason to. Okay, cool. Let's see. Muffin's on the other side. We got Jonathan on Rumble as well. They were checking out the little pre-show that we normally do over there. 15 minutes before the show, we just bullshit.
Yeah, guys, join us on Rumble. Before we go live on both, we do 15 minutes of just fucking shooting the shit and fixing everything and just talking about, like, you know, it's a kind of like a behind the scenes thing we do for 15 minutes before we go live. So, you know, if you want to join us at 6:45 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and yeah, just come bullshit with us. It's a fun little chat. We were it was a pretty wild chat when everybody saw my face.
Yeah, we do that all because I fucked up and accidentally hit the go live button on my stream deck while I was setting up and didn't know it.
And it now is a great thing because now, you know, we give a little Rumble a little preview before we go live on both. So
we give Rumble a little love before the menage a trois.
Rumble's giving us a lot of love, so you know what? I'm not afraid to, you know, give them.
I'm gonna give them more than a little bit of spit to. I'll just stop at that because we're on YouTube.
I'm sorry, you were in prison. I wasn't, so never mind.
That never happened. But you know what did happen?
Can I tell? Hold on, before we go to that, can I tell you? I rewatched our World War II talk like 3 times today, and I laughed.
Put that as a video.
I laughed so hard every single time I watched it. I was like, "This is if like probably getting like it'll if it hit." It would be the worst thing to ever happen and the best thing to ever happen to us.
No, it'd be fucking hilarious.
But it's hilarious. It's so funny. The chat we had about World War II. I said I watched it 3 times and I hate watching myself. I do. I hate watching myself so badly. But I watched it and I was dying.
For all of you who don't know, Davey just told his nanny, I guess you would say, that he was just going to say the most wild, outlandish shit tonight. As soon as we come back and we cut for Rumble only, this motherfucker justifies Hitler, I get him to
don't-
walk down that fucking aisle.
Don't put that out there. I didn't justify Hitler, okay?
No,
I didn't justify Hitler. You can't say that while I have this beard, okay? You can't say that I justified Hitler with this fucking mustache. That's not fair.
And then we started to talk about how like they're buying Volkswagen EVs, and I was just like, well, Hitler didn't electrocute them, so I immediately walk off the cliff with him. It was fucking great, guys.
I literally jumped off the ledge and I was halfway down Matrix style, and Richard pulled me back up and then went, hey, I'll jump off with you. And we both jumped off the ledge.
Oh, that shit was great.
Oh, it was, dude. That is one of my favorite segments we've ever had.
I'm gonna put that put that as an actual video on the channel. Watch that be like, nope, we ain't doing that. That's coming.
Just put it on fucking whatchamacallit. Just put it on Rumble. Fuck it.
I want to see what happens with YouTube. I want to. It'd be just like
let's see what happens.
Our weird Rumble only segments.
It's fine.
And I'll put little clips of that shit just out of context and just weird.
It was just, dude, I laughed so fucking hard. I watched it 3 times because I had to record it, and then Amanda started talking to me, and then I got a text message, so I had to stop it, and then I had to re-record it again, and then something else happened. I had to re-record it again, and I was just dying every time, because like I said, I told you, your face when like 30 seconds into it, when you like kind of like when it finally hits you and you just go,
oh yeah.
I see you perk up and put your head towards the microphone, and I go, and because
I was gonna get you to lean in on it.
I was not looking at you the whole time. I was like this, and so I'm watching it, and all of a sudden, like, I'm watching you, and you go, okay, let's go.
I was gonna have you lean in on that shit, and then it was just like, hey, he didn't electrocute him, so I guess there's that.
Yeah, and you just went, hey, come back, let me join you.
That shit was great. But yeah, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this. I'm still sticking to my whole guns of the whole the Signal Gate shit was just to catch a fucking leaker. All right, I'm sticking to my fucking guns on that.
Yeah.
We got this from James O'Keefe here. Okay, now all of these stories right here that we're going to talk about, these first 3, all tie into the same thing, and you'll see it as we go through them here. But we got this from James O'Keefe. Draining the deep state. DoD branch chief calls President Trump illegitimate, vows to resist him, everything he does, claims Pete Hegseth is insanely young and unfit to lead. Nobody I know should be the Secretary of Defense. The same guy who tried to overthrow an election is just like truly setting us down a path of dictatorship. I think they, government, don't care who they hurt. This is kind of telling.
The same guy who tried to overthrow an election is just like truly setting us down a path of dictatorship. He's illegitimate.
I can't hear it.
Purely immoral, breaking.
Oh, you can't hear?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. It didn't switch it back over on Discord. My bad. You're gonna have to remind me of that shit.
Yeah.
All right. We're live. All right, you see it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, can you hear it?
We're gonna resist him. Everything he does.
James O'Keefe here in Arlington, Virginia, in front of the Pentagon. The branch chief inside the Pentagon saying on hidden camera he's going to resist against Trump and Hegseth. Now, since President Trump was elected and assigned Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense, the DoD has faced a number of leaks in the past few months from employees inside the Pentagon.
There's some type of deep state forces that want to make sure you don't stay there.
They've come after me from day one, just like they've come after President Trump. I mean, I've gotten a fraction of what President Trump got in that first term.
The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, has been going on media interviews expressing that there are people within the Pentagon who want to resist the president and hurt his policies.
I know exactly why I'm here, to rip out the insidious ideologies and not compromise and not back down, to reestablish standards and accountability.
Nicolas Turza, a branch chief within the DoD, expressed dissatisfaction with his new boss, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, claiming he is too young for the job.
So I'm assuming that your boss isn't Pete Hegseth then.
Ultimately, he is my boss.
Okay.
But this is insane. I actually know Pete Hegseth.
You do? Like personally?
But this is so crazy. Like, that's not a good reflection on me. That's a bad reflection on Trump. Like, nobody I know should be the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, no.
Like, he's insanely young to be department, like, and he...
Wait. You're the Department of Defense branch chief. Nobody you know should be Secretary of Defense? Then why are you there?
For a paycheck?
But you sit in a position of power, a strong position of power. So nobody you know should be the Secretary of Defense. And why are you in the Department of Defense? Because if nobody I knew, if nobody that I knew would be in a position to where they could be my boss, and I'm upset about that, maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't be in that position either.
Yeah, quit.
Because if these people are too fucking shitty, then so are you. I'm just saying.
RP Games says somebody stole Davy's chin hairs.
What's up, Tony? Hey, we got Wild Bill here with us. RP's with us. Jennifer O'Connell, how you doing? Rhoda Bennett. Just missed you guys in the beginning there.
That high up in
Tony Hay.
He used to be in the DC National Guard.
Oh, did you guys work together? Or?
Yeah, I mean, in our side hustle in the National Guard.
Oh.
What?
And I met him in my unit. He was just in my unit.
Oh.
And I don't know, I'm going on about Pete Hegseth.
Now, Nicolas Turza claims that he knows Hegseth from the DC
What up, Joe?
National Guard, but we spoke to a senior official at the Pentagon who said that's not true, that Hegseth has not ever heard of this man or seen him.
But what do you think the intent is? Is it like, do they want to hurt America?
I think they don't care who they hurt to enact change that they
Pause for a second. How did they get that angle? Like, is there multiple people on this date? This is what sometimes, like, bothers me. Like, I understand, like, when they're talking to them and they have, like, something in front of them, like glasses or something like that. But how do you get this angle? Is there 2 people on the date, 3 people on the date? Like, why? How do they get this angle?
Let me ask you a question. Is somebody who used to stop on a road and run around his car on TikTok, would it not be strange to see somebody with a ring light and a phone sitting there while they act like they're doing like a live stream or something of them eating with that angle?
Yeah, but why would you divulge this information? Listen, me running around like a fucking tard around my car, that's a different story. But this guy's divulging information about how he...
Oh, I understand, and I agree. I was answering how they get this angle, and he doesn't know. In today's society, it'd be easy. Just set up a ring light, act like you're actually, doing a live stream. You could even be doing a live stream and recording him at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. It just bothers me. Like, he's just divulging too much information for it to be kind of like a undercover. That's what I'm just saying.
He does
like,
tend to get a lot of people who are just willing to just go off the cuff with it. But the same people that he catches they get in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, they lose their job, but it should be held to a higher standard, like I always say. but they do lose their job for what they've done. So he actually does show results.
Is it a gay bar?
I don't know. Yeah, that's probably just some other girl that came in and just kind of like dubbed over because you never see her. So it's actually a dude sitting on the other side of that table.
Maybe.
But yeah, let's go.
Making America a populist conservative framework, more traditional, even if that means being more sexist or racist or chauvinist.
Turza also saying on hidden camera he did not know he was being recorded, that Trump is an illegitimate president, an immoral dictator, and they plan to resist everything Trump does.
The same guy who tried to overthrow an election is just like truly setting us down a path of dictatorship. He's illegitimate, he's terribly immoral, breaking every norm.
Now that's a boob cam.
Yeah.
That's a boob cam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those little cams that's like right here. But that's what I'm saying. Like on the side, like how did they get
that's an pendant on her necklace.
Yeah.
That's like almost cleavage height.
Listen, I'm so fucking sick and tired of people saying that Trump is an illegitimate president. He won the fucking popular vote, you fucking morons.
Oh.
How is that illegitimate?
Well,
how is that illegitimate? He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. And you're still trying to say he's an illegitimate president.
Well, weren't you calling Joe Biden illegitimate for 4 years? So why are you crying about it?
I think because at one point Joe Biden just went and it was funny because somebody showed the graph of it. It was the same thing. Like it literally between Trump and Kamala, it was like going up like that, right?
Right.
And then with Trump and Biden, it went like this, and then Biden went up like this, and then they went like that.
Uh-huh.
So that's the weird.
It was that F. Yes.
Listen, I didn't call Biden an illegitimate president.
Oh, I did.
I just said that Biden, that people not cheated, but because of COVID,
there was a fuck ton of fraud. We've seen a lot of it on this channel. We've gone through a lot of it.
Yeah, it was okay. Fraud is a different story. Not cheating, fraud. Because a lot of people were stuck at home during COVID, and you had a lot of people going to people's houses, and even Sunny Houston, like we talked about. Sunny Houston voted for her son.
Yep. She admitted that.
Yeah. So it was a lot of people who were just going, hey, do me a favor, just fill this out and vote for this person and vote for this, or they check, sign this, and then we'll mail it in for you. And a lot of people, especially older people, were just like, okay. And they just signed it and sent it in.
Right.
So it's different. Like I said, he's not. You can call Biden an illegitimate president because of that, but I would never, once again, try to go against our country. And that's what fucking really pisses me off about this, is that people are trying to go against the country because Trump is president.
Yeah.
I didn't want Biden to fucking fail. Because if Biden failed, we failed. But these people are sitting there so fucking angry about it. They're hoping that Trump fails. Why? If Trump fails, we all fail.
So
How
they can
fucking
say,
stupid are you?
so they can look at you and say, see, I was right before they starved to death.
K-Peen says, I have a boob story. We know, madam. We know.
A boob cam story. There's a part of that you left out, Davey. But yeah, let's finish this one up here real quick.
We're gonna resist him. Everything he does. I'm a very patriotic person, and I've never been less patriotic.
Now, the reason this is concerning, the Department of Defense is often directly responsible for the president's safety in the event of travel, events, campaign rallies, and everything else.
What's your least favorite thing about Trump?
Oh, that he utterly lacks any moral principle. The worst thing about him is his utter lack of moral principle. The second worst thing about him is how stupid he could be.
Should the president's safety be entrusted with people who believe that he is illegitimate and immoral? And here we have a field trip. Let's take a look. People are coming in. Hello, everyone. How you doing? This is James O'Keefe reporting live in front of the Pentagon at the Memorial, Air Force Memorial here in Arlington, Virginia. Stay tuned.
And of course, just like in James O'Keefe fashion, that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. More's coming about this one. He always breaks it up into little bits and pieces, but more's coming about this. But we also have Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard refers 2 alleged leakers to the DOJ for prosecution, with a third on its way. Look at this. I left Ground News up on this. 86% of all sources is right-leaning. There are no left-leaning sources.
Wow.
Not a single fucking left-leaning source is reporting on this shit. But anyway, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has made Justice Department referrals against 2 individuals who she's accused of leaking classified material to press as the Trump administration pursues a crackdown across agencies. Gabbard, 44, allegedly told one of the individuals handed classified material to the Washington Post, and the other gave sensitive information to the New York Times. A third criminal referral is on its way, Gabbard said in the announcement Wednesday, accusing the third alleged leaker of illegally sending material to the Washington Post. The specific material that had been leaked is still unclear, but the move is widely seen as a warning against other potential leakers from handling classified material to the media. Top brass of the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security have similarly opened internal probes into leaking, with some officials musing about using polygraph detectors to identify the leakers. Okay, like I said, all 3 of these are going to roll off into each other. They were talking about Kristi Noem. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
All these leaks going on, we've polygraphed those individuals. If we think somebody is not on Team America, then, I want to find out if you really understand that you're working for the people of this country.
Yeah, hold on.
Nobody's done that before, but if I have the authority to do it, I'm going to do it to make sure. The deep state.
I'm not going to lie, that kind of scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah. And I would say 10 years ago, you could have told me, I would have been skeptical on that and thought, everybody's kind of seeing shadows. Boy, if anything has proven to me that it does, and that there are people embedded in this government, and that there are people that are facilitating crimes and criminal activity.
What up, Scott?
I know that there are, and so we're going to make sure that we're doing all we can to clean house and get people out of here that would facilitate something as horrific
Lenny's
as
here.
that.
This is
Michael's
actually
here.
a really interesting turn of events for me, because it was just yesterday that I spoke with Kristi Noem, and she said, we've got people, the deep state is real, they're entrenched. She's specifically referring to guys like this, that James O'Keefe then, I believe just at 6:46 p.m.
Yes.
publishes this video. So while I have Kristi Noem literally saying we are trying to weed out these people through the DHS, you've got the DoD at the same time, there's the evidence. She was right the whole time, and they're polygraphing these people.
He's right, though. He's fucking straight up right with that. With Kristi Noem sitting there saying they're polygraphing these people. I wonder which one came first. It would had to have been James O'Keefe's story. Because his is edited down to release bits and pieces at a time of certain things. So James O'Keefe's had to have come first. And maybe could have been what set that off for them to start polygraphing motherfuckers. I don't know. But it is interesting as shit that all this is happening.
But does it surprise you, though?
As much as they went after the now president of the United States and every single fucking person that's in this administration in some way, no, it doesn't. Because I'd do the same damn thing. But then again, I'm an authoritarian motherfucker. But in this kind of situation, I mean, literally, you tried to throw a man in prison because he was running for president.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. You tried to throw him on trumped up fucking charges because he was running for president and you couldn't fucking stop him. I don't see why I should care about that. Because if you do it to him, you damn sure would do it to me, and it'd be easier because I'm not such a public figure.
Well, I mean, they did it to the January 6ers.
Oh, yeah, over
Without
1,500
any trial or
motherfuckers.
anything. Yeah. With no trial, no nothing. They just held him in jail for fucking 3 years. And because they wanted to.
Yep.
And then, so.
And you got
which is
felony fucking sentences for misdemeanor charges of trespassing.
Which is funny to me because, you know, you had like people like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene trying to go to American citizens in an American jail to try to have a conversation with them. Yet you have these Democratic politicians going to El Salvador to talk to a fucking criminal.
I was wrong. The Washington Post actually put that out there. So there is at least one left-leaning source has reported. They reported on it 3 hours ago.
But like I said, they wouldn't let Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene in to talk to January 6ers in the United States. Yet you have 4 or 5 Democratic congressmen going down to El Salvador, to another fucking country. Another country to try and get one man out.
Yeah.
While we had 1,500 people, 1,500 Americans sitting in jail with no trial for up to 3 years. And not a fucking problem. Not a one word from them. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Nobody's hit the archive of that yet with a clear picture of it. But yeah, apparently there was a left-leaning source in that. And that was the Washington Post just 3 hours ago, though. We have 9 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours, 13 hours, 15 hours, 22 hours. And the Washington Post hits it up 3 hours ago. There's your media, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder why people like us are winning. You wonder why people like us are getting the new media spots. You wonder why people like us are phasing out CNN, MSNBC, even Fox News is taking a hit from this shit. And I'm glad about it.
Yeah.
I literally am. Even if we're not even up on that, up on that big stage with that. I don't care. The fact that you took away the power to propagandize the American people through the news.
I'm so
I give you props.
Like I said, I'm so happy Tim Pool was there, and everybody got so fucking mad about it.
Right?
People were in an uproar that Tim Pool was sitting there in a beanie, and I showed the video of that fucking idiot last night. Let me see if I can bring it up again.
Well, why are you looking for that? Politicization of our intelligence and leaking classified information puts our national security at risk and must end, Gabbard said, and I agree. Those who leak classified information will be found and held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Please, I want to see accountability. I look forward to working with the Justice Department and the FBI to investigate, terminate, and prosecute these criminals. Gabbard accused the alleged leakers of seeking to undermine President Trump's agenda. What did this dude just admit to, though? Let's go to
Treason.
his screen here. Well, yeah.
This fucking idiot right here.
Using treason to commit sedition. Fucking weird.
This fucking idiot right here, who's like so angry that he's not allowed in the press pool, but Tim Pool's allowed in the press pool.
We're going to waste, oh wait, I got to unmute your shit. But we're about to waste, 3-4 minutes of your life?
Just when you thought.
Well, we're not about to waste it. It was just, this is the left-leaning mindset.
It
like
is.
they're so fucking lazy. This fucking idiot can apply for a press pass, go in there and ask a question. But no, he'll sit on TikTok, make stupid videos, brush his dumb fucking hair and be like, well, you know, well, yeah, I'll let him explain how fucking dumb he is.
Thought things couldn't get any dumber. It's about 1:30 p.m. West Coast time on Tuesday, April 22nd. At the White House press briefing today, Carolyn Leavitt had a special guest.
What up,
and
Elf?
she let her special guest ask a question.
What up, Rhonda?
Her special guest was Tim Pool, a right-wing MAGA podcaster who is completely bald despite being in his mid-30s.
Wait. He just committed a sexual assault. Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's in the UK. Fuck. Well, the UK can extradite him. They want to extradite him for what we say online, so.
A right-wing MAGA. Tim fucking Pool? Right-wing MAGA.
You know fucking way.
What was that? What I was trying to think of it yesterday. Where was he at in 2010? What was that those
that was Wall Street.
Yeah, I can't remember what
against the 99% against 1%. That was the Wall Street protests and things like that. Fuck.
Yeah, the Wall Street protests.
I forget.
That's how Tim Pool made his bones. He was there because he was against the 99%.
The motherfucker was all in for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Like what, 5-6 years ago?
Yep.
And so he always wears a knit hat, a beanie. And he was wearing a hat in the White House press room.
Okay.
For an official White House press briefing.
So?
And he was wearing a hoodie.
What
and
is?
A beanie. And she let him ask a question. She let him ask a question about Kilmar Abrego Garcia and his deportation, which Tim Pool labeled as the Maryland man hoax.
It is.
She invited Tim Pool.
So would you like to see Sharia law
Sorry.
What did you do?
replace Canadian law?
I mean, just when you thought things could, MAGA podcaster.
Oh, goddamn. Fast forward a bit more.
Completely bald.
Sorry.
Despite being in the House press briefing, and he was wearing a hoodie and a beanie. And she let him ask a question. She let him ask a question about Kilmar Abrego Garcia and his deportation, which Tim Pool labeled as the Maryland man hoax. She invited Tim Pool to the White House press briefing.
What up, Hookie?
As a member of new media. And he was allowed to ask the very first question during the White House press briefing while sitting off to the side wearing a beanie and a hoodie.
Which every time they start that, the person in the new press conference chair gets to ask the first question.
Yes. That plus the fact, did he ever give a shit about Fetterman?
No.
I mean, he was walking in there with a damn a hoodie and sweatpants. Did you give a shit about that?
Fucking shorts. No, you don't give a fuck.
He asked the following. Many of the news organizations that are represented in this room have marched in lockstep on false narratives, such as the Very Fine People hoax, the Covington smear, and now what's being called as the Maryland man hoax, Poole said, where an MS-13 gang member adjudicated by 2 different judges, I believe, is just simply referred to as a Maryland man over and over again.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you can comment on their unprofessional behavior. He said that in the room with all of these people.
So he had the fucking balls to call out the press who has done nothing but lie to the American people, you know, about Joe Biden's cognizance who's lied about how Joe Biden is, is the best person ever. Joe Biden's the best president ever.
Hunter Biden laptop. I mean, we always go back to that, but that's one of the biggest kick in the fucking balls to the American people. Is something that damning that roughly around 10% of the people who voted for Joe Biden would have changed their vote had they known about that fucking story. And you're saying, oh, you always go back to that. Yeah, because that would have changed the fucking face of this country.
And
we would not be where we are now if that story would have been released. A lot of other fuckery too, but 10% of Biden voters would have voted for somebody else. Might not have been Trump, probably wouldn't have been Trump, but they would have voted for somebody else.
This is where we're at, guys. This is where we're at with White House press briefings. Carolyn Levitt said, the press in this room have the story wrong. We were always right. The president was always on the right side of this issue to deport this illegal criminal from our community.
Yes.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia has never been convicted of a crime in the United States, and he has never been convicted of a crime in El Salvador, where he now sits in prison, possibly for the rest of his life. And it is despicable to see the media continue to refer to this individual as someone who was just a peaceful man living in his life in Maryland, which is exactly what he was doing with his wife, who's a U.S. citizen.
No, not his wife.
Yeah, they never married.
And she had a restraining order against him.
That's not even his kid, though, is it?
I don't know.
I don't even think it's his kid.
She put a restraining order against him. And when she was asked on Good Morning America, she just didn't answer the fucking question. Michael Strahan asked her the question about it, and she just went, he's alive.
Hookie over here, Jennifer and Hookie are talking over there at Rumble. He says, hey, Jennifer, been missing voice and seeing Davey is better. And then Jennifer says, oh, you love him. All right, go ahead.
There are 3 children who are U.S. citizens, one of whom has autism.
Who cares? Who gives a shit if his kid has autism? So that's okay. Once again, if you commit a crime in the United States of America and you go to jail, does it matter if your kid has autism, Down syndrome, fucking Tourette's? It doesn't fucking matter.
Not for you. But an illegal gang member, yeah, it does. Because they can't be there to make other illegal gang members.
You're right. I just thought of a gang member with Tourette's. Give me the money.
Yeah, I was just sitting there cockballs and told him the other day, man, that go fuck yourself. I was sitting there in front of that. Oh, could you imagine how you'd be arrested for that shit? God damn. I'm sorry, sir.
Cockballs. Give me the money. Cockballs.
Let me hear your side of the story. Officer, check this out. Fuck you. All right. So all I was doing is I was driving down the road and fucking dick sucking assholes. And I was just sitting there. I turned on my left blinker and then this bitch, motherfuck cockballs. Yeah, you'd be arrested quicker than shit. Either that or that cop would have one hell of a good sense of humor.
Give me the Joe Biden sucks dick. Give me the Hunter Biden's cocksucker. Give me
the fucking titty sucking 2-ball bitch. I fucked up the cameras. Look at me. I'm an asshole. Look at me messing shit up.
Stop messing shit up, Richard.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had to move something on my screen and it fucked everything up. But yeah, that would be like, that would be hilarious as shit to try to arrest somebody with Down syndrome. Or not Down syndrome. Well, that too. But
give me the money. Give me the money. Quip MS3 bitches. Give me the money.
Dude.
I want your money.
It's Down syndrome, not deaf.
No.
Oh God. Down
the
syndrome
same.
would be like, I want the
Continue
money.
to refer to this
Please, if you would put it in the bag.
No.
Appreciate it.
Listen, dude, I had my cousin had Down syndrome, bro. That motherfucker was not nice. That motherfucker was not nice. That motherfucker, dude, I miss that
You picked on
motherfucker
him.
so. No, I didn't pick on that motherfucker. Picked on me. I didn't pick on my cousin with Down syndrome. Picked on me. He'd point at my stomach and go, "Babies, babies, babies." That motherfucker picked on me. Like I would say something, he'd go, Franklin, go over there. Franklin, dinner's time. Go have some dinner. Babies. Babies. Dude, I miss that motherfucker so much. He was so much fun. He was so
We're
much
gonna get
fun.
ourselves in trouble.
I don't care. I don't care. Dude, I miss that motherfucker so much. I wish I got to appreciate him more in my older age than when because he was a bit old. I think he was like 10 years older than I was. But man, I miss that motherfucker because he was so funny. He was so fucking funny. And he had the strength that you gave him a hug. And me, Rich, you know my size, right? And you know I was this size that I am now in high school. And he would pick me up and try to break me in half.
Oh yeah.
So hold on one second.
What are we doing? Oh, he's got to answer somebody.
I'll be right back. The baby pooped. Sorry.
Okay.
We're gonna have to cut this gonna have to cut this off. You're gonna have to go to something else real quick.
Well, how about this? I'll do this. We'll keep it like that. You keep your screen going. I want to hit this up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be fun. Check this out. Let's go to my screen here. Petition to remove Ilhan Omar from House Foreign Affairs Committee surpasses 300,000 signatures. A rapidly growing petition calling for the removal of Representative Ilhan Omar from House Foreign Affairs Committee has garnered, more than 300,000 signatures, reflecting a significant wave of public concern and outrage. The petition, initiated by political activist John Wall, highlights a series of controversies surrounding Rep. Omar, particularly her alleged anti-Semitic remarks and her stance on Middle Eastern conflicts. Why did you not highlight the fact that she actually stood up and said she is a member in our government to advocate for and bring money to Somalia? She's a Somalian fucking agent. Why did you not bring that the fuck up? The petition asserts that Rep. Ilhan Omar has demonstrated a pattern of making statements that many consider anti-Semitic, and that she has failed to adequately condemn terrorist organizations such as Hezbollah and Hamas. These issues first surfaced during her campaign, raising red flags among voters and commentators alike. Despite these concerns, she was appointed to the House Foreign Affairs Committee by Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a move that has since drawn significant criticism. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, you got fucking Pelosi making the decisions on this shit. You think she's going to do anything worth a fuck that's in the best interest of the American people? No, the bitch votes her goddamn way. Every fucking time there's a vote, she votes however Nancy Pelosi wants to. When she's actually speaking, she makes the most ridiculous fucking arguments I've ever seen in my life. She has actually told the people in her district that she is an agent of Somalia. She married her fucking brother to get him a goddamn green card. Do we need to go any further, ladies and gentlemen? Why the fuck is this bitch in our government in the first damn place? Petition to remove Ilhan Omar from House Foreign Affairs Committee surpasses 300,000 signatures. Rep. Omar was flagged during the campaign for having a proclivity towards making anti-Semitic remarks While refusing to condemn terrorist groups like Hezbollah and Hamas, upon being elected to the House of Representatives, the Speaker Nancy Pelosi placed Rep. Omar on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, which is critical in steering America's foreign policy. Yeah, towards Somalia. Since taking office, Rep. Ilhan Omar's anti-Semitism has continued and even escalated. She blamed Jewish money for American pro-Israeli foreign policy and invoked Benjamin's baby as an anti-Semitic trope aimed at Jared Kushner. Look, you motherfuckers don't even have to bring it to anti-Semitism. You really fucking don't. All you have to do is just bring up a lot of the criminal things she has actually fucking done. You know, like marry her brother. These accusations are not new, but have gained renewed attention as the petition continues to gain momentum. The petitioners argue that Omar's presence in the Foreign Affairs Committee is problematic, given the committee's influential role in shaping U.S. foreign policy, particularly in the Middle East. So I'm not just going to keep going on about this shit because it is what it is. If y'all want it, I'm going to go ahead and hand it to you because it's got the link for that if you want to get yourselves involved in that as well. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be nothing. It's literally going to come up to nothing. We know how this fucking works, America. Let's just be honest with each other. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter what you want. It matters what they say. It matters what they want. But we'll see how this unfolds. I'm not too hopeful about this one at all. I don't see how this is actually going to take off anywhere as far as that goes. I mean, let's just be honest. The right are spineless little fucking cowards. The only thing that may get them even looking at it is, anti-Semitism. But they've been okay with everything she's done while she's been in office so far, including saying she is a Somali fucking agent within our government, including marrying her brother so he can come to this country legally in a fucked up way. Including all of that, apparently we're okay with it, America. Well, our government is, at least. So I don't see this really going any further from this kind of point. And well, we got a little bit of time left. Let's go back and have a little chat with y'all over there on YouTube, because we're about to cut to YouTube here. We got Shane Souza, Rich. You know you can make this chat private, not posted for public to see. Why would I? It's insane. It is insane, Caping. It really is. She committed fraud from Rhoda. Yes. Nancy Pelosi, you fucked your brother, right? Elon. Yep. Nancy. That's not a foreign affair. I don't know. If that's not a foreign affair, I don't know what it is. More wine. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely. Well, I mean. I guess it would be an affair if you're fucking your brother. Or at least marrying him, whatever. Tony, hey, thank you for the five gifted memberships. We got Nancy Sands Owen coming in, Pyramid 7, Cutie Pie, Mark Nelson, and Jimmy Edwards. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. I don't know if Davey wants to do anything this weekend for members only.
Yeah, I'm down. Sorry. The baby did poop. It was a liquid poop this time because she's been solid pooping, which is a weird thing as an adult to say, that you're glad your baby liquid pooped. But yeah, no, she had a poop, but she needed a snack while we were down here because Cujo went back home. So, and Amanda's at work. So I got Spencer up there training to be, a big brother. So, but thank you very much for the donos. Tony, hey, appreciate the fuck out of you.
Oh, Jennifer already got it. But ladies and gentlemen, we've hit this Rumble. Apparently, we will be doing something this Saturday, but it's got to be later in the evening because I got to work.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
But ladies and gentlemen, you all have the link. You got 3 minutes. We'll see you on the other side.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?